items for discussion, that it's meant to estimate our commitment in the future if these projects are done, subject to other things happening. That's not included in this Moore Street agreement. The master agreement, for instance, says that it will be reimbursed as value is added to the project. So in other words, as things are built out, value gets added, reimbursement from the city occurs on a value added basis.
They don't get reimbursed until it's worth more.
Right. They don't get reimbursed until it's built. And it may literally be that it ends up being a city project that we build ourselves. That is just subject to this agreement, these agreements.
Cool. We've had lots of discussions about this, and I think justifiably so, because we're in somewhat uncharted waters. We're setting a precedent at this point. And I think there's, even though we've hashed and rehashed it several times, I think there's some things in here that quite frankly, I don't know that I'm comfortable with at this point. My understanding that anything that the city paid out on this, that also we would be reimbursed, but we weren't in that business of paying something up front and then get reimbursed.
Yeah.
Was I thought kind of what the general consensus, and maybe this is what this is saying, so it's not clear to me in that regard. And
well, we talked about utilities and streets and things like that, but
right. So there's two different aspects to what you just brought up. Number one, there is a difference between historically. There's been a difference between up until today. There's been a difference between infrastructure development for major thoroughfares and other, what we would consider developer responsibilities. Okay, so a 4-lane median divided street is a major thoroughfare. And up until today, up until now, our desire is for us to continue to be the driver of those projects. This fits into that category. This is a 4-lane median divided, albeit half of that section done initially. So that's kind of, I guess, point number one. So yes, it is different than other projects that might come before you. That also is slightly different than this other projects maybe conceived in the master agreement for streets that may or may not be thoroughfares through here, that are meant to be economic incentives for future development. If that development never occurs, we're not on the hook for anything. So what this agreement does is provide a mechanism for us to put in a half of a major thoroughfare, which we've been in the business of doing up front. And so that's what this is tonight. I think maybe the angst is, well, what about this 15 million? When is that ever going to come up? It may never come up. I hope it does, because if it does, it's because development is occurring on the site and occurring in a manner that is sufficient enough to repay our investment, whether it be a reimbursement to a developer for this development, or we are spending the money ourselves. That incremental development is designed to pay for these incremental costs capped at $15 million. And is in agreements that have already come before the council and been approved by the council.
So my biggest issue with it, it's not necessarily an issue, is that since the original conversation that we had, a lot has changed, and we've signed new agreements, and since that point, we've discussed this particular item in detail. And I just thought that we were all under the impression that you were removing that from the table. And if I'm mistaken, I may be mistaken. I just understood that we weren't. I mean, I don't know if I'm wrong about that, but
I agree with you.
Okay.
If that was specified, I'll 100% miss that.
Seeing as, how there's so much confusion, I would make a motion that we table this until
I'll
we can,
second that.
sort it out.
I second that.
So,
Ronnie, I'm not intent to.
Yeah.
I just, back to my earlier statement, I think that we need to all feel comfortable about this.
Agreed, yeah,
This
for
is
sure.
Some territory that we haven't.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean,
And I really think it's more in the explanation of it and clarity of it. And maybe at the end of the day, what you have here is what we've all thought we were agreeing to, but I have a hard time seeing that.
Me too.
Yeah, if we are, I think all of us are very much in favor of this
Absolutely.
development and this going forward. It's just, I think, with as much clarification as you're having to do for us tonight, maybe we need to take just a breath long enough to go back and look at it so that we feel comfortable, and that's why maybe tabling it would be
okay,
a good idea for this evening.
so we have a motion to table it with several seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 65, 62 is tabled. All right, Linda, if you read 65, 63, please.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Sherman authorizing execution of an agreement between the City of Sherman and Grayson County to participate in the Sherman Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone Number 7 expansion. Finding that the meeting at which this resolution is passed was noticed and is open to the public as required by law.
Mary?
This is the interlocal agreement with the county for their participation in the TERS number 7 expansion that we talked about earlier in the meeting. This is on the east side of the Moody Bowl Grove property. After council approval of this item, the Commissioners Court will consider the approval at their meeting tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Whitmire, good evening, sir.
Good
Thank you for
evening,
joining
guys.
us.
Well, there's a lot of exciting things happening in Sherman on the airport and the Munson property, and I guess today the new Lone Star opened, and so a lot of good things going on the south side, and so as the commissioner, this TERS is in my precinct, and as the county's representative on the TERS board. I cannot speak for the county, but I fully support this, and I expect that the county will probably support it tomorrow, so I would go ahead and urge the passage. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, council, any questions? Is there a motion on this item?
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve resolution 6563.
Okay,
Second?
motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you. The next item, we have construction of hangars at the Sherman Municipal Airport. Mary?
One of the most desired improvements at the airport, as shown by the master plan, is additional hangars. The master plan calls for a phased approach to hangar development. This would be the first phase, so it would only be for a 7-place sea hangar south of the existing hangars. After reviewing the proposals, we will be coming back to council for approval.
Well, this is not private, I mean, this would be public money used for these things. Or are they bringing us a proposal? I know we've talked about this in
Yeah.
years past.
It'll be a combination of a TxDOT grant
I understood that, so.
and airport revenue. It's out of the airport fund.
So we have the money budgeted.
We do, we'll see how the bids come back. We'll be out of there.
Any other questions, council?
Yeah, so to be clear, this is not approval to build the hangars. It's simply to ask people to build hangars, and so we'll come back with whatever they come back with.
I'll make a motion, to make the request up here for advertising.
Second. Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you. All right, J1, West Travis Street Phase 4 projects, vessel construction for the change order, $41,890.48 decrease.
So, excuse me, this is the first and final change order for the Phase 4 of West Travis Street. Like you said, the decrease was about $42,000. You can see that the itemized sheet there, it included changes in the paving and some storm drain modifications. West Travis Street is complete, and we plan on, and we've coordinated with the high school to leave it closed until the rest of the phases of West Travis are complete and the high school is ready to open. This helps reduce the amount of traffic trying to drive through the school side, and also it's having to maintain that area.
What was the date on that, you know?
For
The opening of it?
we had
At the school.
of the school.
This is gonna open in conjunction
With the school.
With the school, yeah.
Yeah, so can we even expect it? That means I'll have to report that.
Council? Any other questions?
Always looking these routes. That's my motion.
Take a motion.
Okay,
Motion.
second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Since Michael and Michael this evening, any other media in the room? No? All right, so we are to board and commission appointments for council. Is everybody, we can take these individually if you'd like, or if you want to make changes, if you're unhappy serving on any board or anything, or we can just take them together and say we're good.
Move to approve as
Second.
Okay, motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Who was the second, Mayor? Thank you.
All right, we're to council comments. Josh, I will start with you. I started with you last time.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd just like to say that I got to spend, this year I got to spend Veterans Day in New York City. And despite what you may have heard, everyone who was there was incredibly courteous to me. And I got to attend a ceremony. My wife's uncle was awarded his Bronze Star that he earned in Vietnam. Many years delayed, but nevertheless, we're very proud of him. And I want to thank all of our veterans that are out in the audience tonight. Thank you for your service. And that's all, Mr. Wood.
I also want to thank all the veterans for all the hard work that you guys have done. Thank you. We were able to attend a couple of luncheons and dinners with the veterans, and it was really, really nice. I agree with the veteran comments. You know, we all just go down the road on that one, so we greatly appreciate, you know, everything you've done for this country. And, you know, I just want to say, you know, it is an exciting time to be in Sherman. When you look down, you've got developers who are presenting agreements in front of us in every meeting, and housing developments happening all around the city, and new pizza places popping up, and there's just a lot of excitement going on with the development here in Sherman. It's just, it's a very unique time to be living here. And I want to say a big congratulations to the police and fire back there for picking up your equipment today in the consent agenda. So that's an exciting thing for the city of Sherman. Our citizens can sleep a little bit safer at night. So congratulations on that. I do want to thank and let everybody know that I had a grandson born on Veterans Day. He's a trooper. That's what we're talking.
And I want to thank our staff who put together our Veterans Parade. It's really nice, and I felt honored to be able to, with Councilman Steele, ride in the parade. And the flyover was spectacular. The flyover was absolutely spectacular. And we do want to thank all of our veterans, and again, just like the others, we were able to have some dinners and lunches with veterans here in Sherman, and we can never thank them enough. But we do really appreciate you all, and we're very excited, in spite of the fact that we have so many questions about some of these things. We are in uncharted territory. We have not dealt with planned developments before, and we've not dealt with building homes for hangars and stuff in Sherman. So those of you who are bringing developments, please just be patient with us. We want you here. We're not saying that. We're just trying to make sure we understand what we're doing as we move along, because this is pretty uncharted for us. and we hope it won't remain that way, that even more developers will come to the fine city of Sherman.
Well, I would agree, and I think to Sean and Aaron's point, with the development comes a huge responsibility, not only for us, but for our city staff. I don't want there to be a level of frustration with our city staff or with the developers that are coming in, but I think it's important that we make sure we get that right and know exactly what we're doing. And so, yeah, I mean, we're very much pro-development, we want it to be done, we just want it to be done the right way. And so, I look forward to the future discussion on that.
I echo everything all the way down the line. Most of all, I do thank the veterans. I still have family members serving, so it means a lot to me to know that we have so many here in the city of Sherman too, and working now for the city. So I thank y'all for that. And again, we are learning. We are human like everyone else, but we want to make the right decision for our city.
All right, just three announcements this evening. Shop Small Saturday will be held on Saturday, November 30th this year, immediately after the Thanksgiving holiday. So after you're done with turkey and fixings, come out and support some of our fantastic local retailers. Shopping local helps Sherman's economy while keeping on business on Main Street. Take advantage of this great opportunity. It's hard to believe that the Sherman Christmas Parade and Snowflake Festival are only a few weeks away. Join us in beautiful, historic downtown Sherman on Saturday, December 7th for the county's largest holiday celebration. The parade will get underway at 6 p.m. And finally tonight, the Sherman Symphony Orchestra will hold its annual Christmas Pops concert on Saturday, December 7th at 7:30 p.m. at the Key Auditorium. After you enjoy the parade, get tickets and hear some great holiday music and support one of our greatest cultural institutions. All right, there'll be no executive session this evening, so at 6:34, motion to...
Ocean?
Second. Motion second to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay.